the job ain't quite finished yet.
Well,
here.
I'll tell you what, it's never quite finished. I mean, Anthema, no easy out for
Talk to
anybody. You saw that crew battle yesterday, you know that. Actually reeled it in and brought it home for the Florida-Georgia connection over Zamba. So we know what Anthema can do, certainly in crew battles. He can clutch it up, and obviously a menace in singles as well. Remember this, wasn't too long ago, Anthema was competing at Summit. You know what I mean? Like, that shows you Anthema is no easy out for anybody.
No.
So first time getting to see Anthema on stream for our block. Obviously, we saw ApolloKage with a 3-1 victory over Chunky Kong, but a little more of a challenge perhaps in this one, I want to say, just given what Anthema has put up as far as like results in the past.
And also just the circumstances of the matchup as well, too. I think DK, of course, a very strong character, but the ability to box you and then, of course, harass you, which is your biggest thorn, your Achilles heel, if you will, man. This is what, kind of makes Snake, the great character that he is, but this is what kind of holds him back, your inability to land properly. Rob can certainly take full advantage of that. Those boxing tools take no prisoners. Caught in the corner. Oh, one jab. Okay, oh, I love that. Goes for the one jab, then baits out the directional air dodge back in and hit him with the F tilt right into the up tilt. Smart stuff from Anthema not to give it to him.
Oh, man.
No, this is stinky.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro. Playing ping pong with this Snake. Just back and forth, not giving up that roll. Oh, my goodness, but how about up close and personal? Anthema on an absolute tear on this first stock. And one thing, too, Jake find himself again having to deal with this rowdy Florida crowd because, Anthema does hail from what? Florida.
That's right. Oh, okay, yes, that's right. Got to cool his jets a little bit, man. He's just on fire right now. Got to figure out a way to douse those flames here. And of course, ApolloKage, battle-tested for sure. Of course, it has one stock left, 82%, but, definitely could try to figure out a way to maybe slow this match down just a little bit, figure out a way to get in between Anthema and, of course, that gyro. That has kind of been the biggest thing here in this match that has kind of stopped ApolloKage from really trying to force their way in. It's just the looming threat of that, oh my God, of that gyro. Yes, the quick get-up attack, man. Back it up.
Just kind of got to anticipate that option from ApolloKage. Just a terrific start right now for Anthema, though. Gets caught approaching maybe one too many times in that regard, but not going to matter. The JV2 going to give Anthema the first game. Crowd exploding. They are feeling it right now. Anthema taking one step closer to getting into that top 8. And I love the chat. You might hear in the background, guys, those Steven chants. Steven, Anathema's birth name, right?
That's right. I think so. I actually don't know.
The name his mama gave, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Steven.
Yeah, the government name.
Steven, yeah, government.
That's the government.
It's on the ID. All right, you ain't going through TSA talking about some Anathema. Hold on now. They're going to have some questions for you.
That's right. They're going to have to take it out. They're going to take it out private screening room. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. You said what now? You already know how TSA does, man. There ain't nothing right. Let's go ahead and get it, man. We're going to see who's going to fly high into this next portion of the bracket. Anthema, of course, looking very good right now. Has a game up on the board. ApolloKage, fell a little short right there in that last game, and I think Anthema just kind of knew how he was moving. He's like, look, I'm going to come off this top platform. You don't want to be caught in the corner. My down tilt, nothing to take lightly. We're going to roll. I'm going to up smash. We got ourselves another game right here, and this one's a little bit closer here than I think Anthema probably expected.
All right out the gate, no doubt about that. One thing about ApolloKage for sure, I mean, we've seen him like, last time we saw him on stream too, lost that first game and then would go on to win the next 3 straight. So we understand game 1 certainly never does decide how a set is going to be played out, but it is definitely a good confidence booster right out the gate. Somebody like Anthema not going to need too much confidence. I mean, this kid is an absolute beast. No doubt about that. But the same can be said for ApolloKage, but finds himself on the wrong end of an up smash. And kudos to Anthema, almost just kind of seeing these options before they even present themselves, right? Just kind of seeing the roadmap played out a little bit early and just always in that good position. But an up tilt going to keep us on even footing.
That's right. And that's how you have to do it against a character like Snake. I mean, they have so many tools. They have the ability to control a lot of parts of the terrain. And, just as bad as Snake struggles to land at times, the same can certainly be said for Rob as well. So you have to figure out where he's going to be and get there before he's there. Nice one to go for the soft throw right there on the grenade, trying to hold him down in the corner just in case he goes for like a forwarder back onto the stage. Not uncommon for Robs. Again, not the best landing options in the world, so sometimes they tell themselves, I might have to throw a little weight around just to get back onto the ground. I might have to go for a trade. Okay, gonna go for the Nikita. Gonna drop it in place right here. Grenades, not letting them cook either this time, man. Just throwing them right out as they come. Very smart. Oh, man.
A lot of grenade play being utilized right now.
Okay, don't be above Anthema, grenades or not. That up tilt and up air, of course, that's kind of what got the party started in that last stock. There's the back air off the mark, and he knows he's going to try to jump out of the corner. This is not where Snake needs to be versus Rob.
I'm going to say, too, kind of keep an eye on for that shield. Was definitely starting to kind of tank a little bit. Wow, the awareness to just charge it up a little bit and knowing the spot dodge was coming out. These plays from Anthema, I'm telling you, just sometimes seems like he sees the game just literally a step ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, he's on some Doctor Strange stuff right now, and that's such a smart thing to do. I think in disadvantage, if you get up close and personal on Snake, sometimes you're going to go for spot dodge immediately, and most characters in the game don't really have a tool that can combat that up tilt. Such a smart thing from Anthema to call it out, but that one, didn't quite call that one out, unfortunately. It looks like he got the answer he was looking for, courtesy of that boot.
And, two, if you almost kind of look at where ApolloKage did spot dodge there, too, like, it seemed like even regardless if you're going to get punished, that's like up smash is going to be it, but that thing just, the hitbox is just so much bigger than you expect, right?
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, it goes back down to Brawl, you know, this kind of Snake's design right there in that regard. You got to watch his limbs. They do not hit the way you probably think they do.
Both these characters with some nutty options for sure to kill off the top, no doubt about that. Right now, though, we're seeing Anthema in the lead ever so slightly. Again, a great call out, but the grenade keeping ApolloKage on the stage and maybe even alive.
That's right, but for how much longer is the real question here now. Little haphazard on how he's going to try to throw that gyro. Very smart. He knew that he's going to try to force him into that corner. Wait for the jump. Side B's going to get it done. That's right, man. I got the Robo Laird on deck for you, my friends. And Anthema said it ain't done yet, man.
Anthema's Rob is just so unique in so many regards. And certainly not a slight or a shot at any other Robs out there. There are a ton of them who do it at a very consistent, impressive, and high level. I'll tell you what, anytime Anthema's on the screen, I always make sure I'm able to watch, because definitely bringing something different to the table. And right now, a 2-0 lead, Rod.
Yes, sir.
Over a very game ApolloKage.
Yeah, ApolloKage, of course, came into this very warmed up. Now, I don't have, of course, the standings and the stats for what's going on the other stream, but I'd imagine Anthema has spent a lot of time in the hot seat over on the VG channel as well. Has to come into this match right here with a level hit, because, again, a Snake of this caliber knows how to make you falter, knows how to make you fall apart from the inside, courtesy, of course, of that strong CQC that we've seen come out, going for like one hit a jab, baiting out the air dodge, boom, F tilt, up tilt, you're done. Or even just standing jab and up tilt has been kind of a thorn in the Anthema's side. So how do we circumvent that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I got laser, I got gyro. Now, yes, you have grenades as well, but as long as your grenades aren't hitting me, as long as they are stopping right in the middle, you can't approach me, because you don't want to see me in the boxing match. You want to stay as far over there as possible. So we'll see what ApolloKage can do to adjust to bring themselves back into even-ish footing here in game number 3.
All right, here we go. Again, this is a top 8 qualifier, so Anthema one game away from securing a spot into that coveted top 8. Get a crack at becoming the Let's Make Moves Miami champion, but still a long way to go. And ApolloKage, not the individual who's going to make that an easy feat by any means. But definitely has some work to do.
Has a lot of work to do indeed, and that work is getting done right here, man. He got his hard hat on, if you will. Love that. Kind of has him caught in the corner, but nice off of his feet. And this is such a tough thing to see, because every time you get that grenade explosion, if you miss a backer or miss an up air, if Anthema's positioned properly, they're going to turn that once upon a time bad situation into one that is a good one on their behalf. There it is. Oh my.
All right, smart stuff from Anthema. You saw the patience right there. Whoa. Oh, okay, maybe he was looking for a huge setup. Maybe going to get another opportunity. Let's see the up air. Going to send Snake flirting with the blast zone, but not quite in it just yet. Nice, I like that. Good burst option with the back air, and then weaving around Nikita. Oh, that was kind of scary right there if you're ApolloKage. Half a second later, and that would have been disastrous. Good pickup with the laser. Gyro out.
Oh, great parry.
Wow,
wow,
okay.
wow. That day one stuff still as prevalent as ever in today's meta. Love that, man. He said, if you swing, you reach, I'm going to teach, man. But the same could definitely be said on the opposite end, because just that interaction before, we see him call out that option, so he just kind of went for it twice. Nikita going to drop it sky high.
I love all that damage that ApolloKage was able to put on there. Not content with just going for the dash attacks, and I'm going to throw out this nair as well, and then just throwing out a big time up tilt. And Rod, look at this complete 180. Love to see it. ApolloKage said we still got a long way to go before this one is settled just yet. Yeah, what a bounce back he is having in game number 3.
And I love every minute of it, man. You just can't count him out just yet. I think he's kind of switched up the flow a little bit now. Yes, of course, loses that stock, but I think he got his money's worth out of it, if I may say so myself. I think what we're seeing here is just kind of a shift in the approach. Yes, you know, the CQC on Snake, pretty tough. Can kind of smother most characters in the game. Rob, on the other hand, has jab, but most notably has down tilt to bust up the fun. But the party's over right here on his behalf. Up air is going to get it done, courtesy of really, and I'm just going to call it for what it is, kind of like the slower pace, campier play style. I feel like Anthema just couldn't really work around that.
We're going to give credit to Anthema for those first 2 games of just great anticipation and being right place, right time. Got to do the same thing 100% for AK, ApolloKage, because that was just a masterclass in how to just really kind of switch up the flow a little bit.
I'm listening.
Again, off the grenades, so many terrific conversions, a very low percent 2-stock delivered, and a way to let your opponent know, hey, I'm still very much in this. And just because you got the first 2 games don't mean you're going to get the last 3.
That's right, man. It ain't over till it's over yet, my friend. And here we go. Next game right here, Hollow Bastion. We will see how well Anthema can hold on to this, or if ApolloKage is going to force a game at number 5, because as this has kind of played out, you know, again, we've kind of seen a switch up in the approach. Yes, you know, ApolloKage can get up close and personal and beat you down if things are going his way, but I think he's going to lean more into, again, how well, you know, Snake is just kind of armed. I got grenades, I got C4, I got a lot of stuff. Nice. Oh my lord, you better stop playing with me.
The trades on down airs was adorable, but the position obviously favoring Anthema when it was all said and done. Gets that first stock off.
Okay. Oh wow, whoa. And both of these 2 kind of bringing out everything, man. The bag of tricks are emptied out onto the table right now. We're seeing a lot of great stuff here come out from ApolloKage, and Anthema looking straight in. Yes. Closed that one out with up tilt once more. Couldn't even bake that one out this time. Just punished it for what it was. Back throw? Okay, off the mark. Okay. Now, you talked about Anthema playing 1 step ahead. We're starting to see that kind of shift over on ApolloKage's behalf a little bit more. Courtesy, again, of just the control of the entire terrain. Not cooking the grenades, just tossing them out because he knows that, again, he's not going to try to trade with them, so he has to respect them. If you jump over him, I got an option on the ready.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's just about just seeing that first game get on the board, right? Because especially there's something to be said, too. All those grenades helping out. There's something to be said against, you know, when you're playing against somebody who you have a history with. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Anthema won their last encounter. I can't recall the tournament. Might have been an LTC, might have been a Rising Ground. I'm not really sure. But I know Anthema, I believe, won the last encounter. And with that, that kind of puts a little bit of added pressure on ApolloKage. Like, okay, I know I'm good enough to get the W. I just need to show it. For Anthema, it's just like, hey, I've done it before. Why not do it again, especially on a stage like this? But the up tilt going to keep us honest. Final stocks of this game 4. Are we going to another one, Rod, or is it going to close out right now?
That is the $1,000,000 question, man. And I'm going to have to, you know, kind of wait this one out and see. You know, I thought I had a good idea, a clear vision of how this one was going to wrap up, but I felt like Anthema got a little too handsy with ApolloKage and got a little too comfortable with the long-range gameplay that he was bringing with the grenades. You still got to respect Snake, man. He's still, you know, one of the strongest characters in the business, up close and personal. Gets the grenade, there's the down there, and just like that, we got ourselves an even game. Okay, back throw.
I love that back throw. Very smart. Playing around the grenade. Oh, to a fault, maybe. That is incredible. Like, I thought, like, okay, played around the grenade perfectly, but not quite. And then catching a stray and catching a huge up air to give ApolloKage another opportunity, because we're going to game 5, Rod.
That's right, man. We knew we were going to get here, man. It was just a matter of when and how. Now, I think one thing I want to highlight in that last interaction, Anthema went for the high back air. Of course, ApolloKage don't want nothing to do with that. That's going to knock me off a cipher. Went immediately low. Anthema's like, I'm certainly looking for that. You're going to get up off that ledge. I got down to try to trap you. So what does he do? He goes for that soft grenade because he knows he's going to have to respect it. The minute he hits, he's like, oh, did you just disrespect my grenades? You off of your feet. Here's up air. Game 5. So let's run it up.
Hate to say it, man. Anthema might have got a little greedy right there. I mean, I like the idea. Just off ever so slightly.
Yes, sir.
And that is going to prompt us again, as I said, to this 5th and final game. Who is going into our top 8? Spots are limited, man, but either way, you know, either one of these Warriors gets there, man, it's going to be a treat for sure. Let's see who's going to do it.
Okay, we'll see how it all unfolds. The way this one's kind of wrapping up right now, or starting off, excuse me. ApolloKage just has kind of, you know, a lock on the up-close and personal gameplay. Now, this isn't to say that Anthema can't break away and lean more into laser and jar. We've seen that most prevalent in game 1 and 2, but he's going to have to do it just a little bit more right now because ApolloKage, I'm just going to call it, man. My man is in his bag entirely. Dash attack. Okay, yes, he said, don't even try to punish this, man. I got up tilt on the ready. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Thought maybe an up air might have been waiting there, but not quite. Fortunate for Anthema. 125, though. The terrifying percents to be against Snake. ApolloKage smart enough not to try and rush anything, right? Just kind of let the kill develop and come to him for this big KO. A lot of pressure being applied, and you see that forcing out the roll, being right there to meet it, and the up tilt is the go-to.
And this just shows like how lopsided both of these two characters are. They're so strong at what they do in their regard, but when it comes to like that one or two like really big weakness that they both have, both players play so well into each other's weaknesses, man. Like, it's such a beautiful thing to see. In game 1 and 2, you know, ApolloKage got caught rolling a lot, ate a lot of up smashes for a trouble. On the opposite side, this Anthema is now the one kind of eating a lot of up tilt, just rolling haphazardly and kind of getting burned here. So
it's tough, man. I mean, you're at a deficit in Snake when Snake decides to set up that minefield and make you have to weave through all that heavy artillery. You are seeing the consequences of that. Nice, just staying around and look at that, just keeping them mixed up. That is just pure pressure and smart aggression on the part of ApolloKage at the moment.
Okay, now he's off of his feet right now. This is where Anthema can get very dangerous. Now, we have not seen the throw game come out as much from Anthema getting the job done courtesy of up tilt, up air, and of course some good off-stage pressure, but maybe getting up close and personal could maybe benefit him a little bit more if he could figure out a way to bob and weave through these grenades. There's the nair. Z-drop. No, there's the parry. Please get the hell out the way. You know, nothing comes after parry. Nothing good comes after that.
It usually tends to be the case right there. Nikita overshot a little bit, but still in control. ApolloKage just trying to take advantage. Yep, with one error from Anthema. Used the back air to actually get on the platform, so could have hit or could have put him in a position to succeed. The former is true, and one stock to go for ApolloKage. Really has kind of silenced this crowd a little bit too, Rod. They were firmly behind Anthema, rooting for their homie, the hometown boy. But right now,
yeah, it looks like the tides of battle kind of shifted. ApolloKage able to kind of silence the audience here, which is, again, as we talked about before, a very difficult thing to do here in Florida. Going to go for the up tilt, going to break away, and yes, nice. Unfortunately, gets broken right there. There's the back air. Final stock right here. Head full of laser on deck, gyro in hand. I can't think of a more dangerous looking Rob right now.
I'm telling you, man, one of the best Robs, one of the best Snakes, maybe the best of their respective characters. Either way, we are seeing a classic unfold between the two. Terrifying to be in right now.
Gyro on ready.
I mean, if you're an athlete, you have to play like damn near perfect. Any straight hit from Snake almost will take care of that stock KO. Maybe some cheese, man. We've seen Rob. Listen, we've seen Rob definitely steal some games in the past. I gotta watch those rolls. You know ApolloKage is trying to scout them out.
That's right. Okay, gonna go for the first hit of the F tilt right there. No roll needed. And the minute you jump improperly, up tilt's gonna close it out. The very well-deserved pop-off from ApolloKage.
Love that. And it's not even the fact that it was ApolloKage winning. Did it so in a reverse 3-0 fashion, right? Lost those first 2 games, but was not going to go down without a fight. And what a fight ApolloKage brought to get into top 8. That was wonderfully played. On top of that, avenging the loss that they had in their last encounter when I believe Anthema did win that 3-1 or 3-0. And, I mean, that's just got to be a good feeling for ApolloKage. You got to be feeling great about that.
I'm have to agree with you, man, EE. I think, you know, just to have that level of adaptation on the fly. You know, you're already down 2-0. It's like, all right, man, let's just make this one quick. But ApolloKage was able to dig deep in the face of adversity in more than one way. Of course, my opponent has my number, has historically had my number in these former brackets, but also the audience. They're very much in firm belief that Anthema can mount this victory and shut me down. But I just love those adjustments, using grenade to try to cook Anthema, forcing him out of that corner. He said, look, we can play the CQC game, man. If you want to box him close, let's run it. Checking his temperature like one hit jab, one hit F tilt. I mean, that's